Hello, 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 and welcome back to another live stream. How's it going, everyone? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome, welcome. It's Wednesday, which means I need to start thinking already what the hell I'm going to be doing a video for on Sunday again. Every time. Hey, Guts, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. As you're here, I made updates to the little chat. Right here, you can see your name is here, and it's here. It's appearing twice, so no longer is it giant run-on messages. It's breaking it up now because I'm using a different chat thing. So. There you go. Where's your pog? Hey, DB, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing all right. Yeah, right as I was starting the stream, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta need to figure out what I'm gonna be making a video for this weekend. I don't have a plan yet. Is there anything pressing that you guys want to see a video on? That's like a quick tutorial that isn't make a city. That would take me months to do. Coming up with ideas is the worst. Hey Paul, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Hey Frank too, welcome. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome, welcome. Oh, I'm sorry you're having a tough day, Paul. Hopefully, hopefully you'll start getting better. You'll finish on a good note. Grammar with primitives. I do need to make a grammar video because I did the demo video, but like actually using grammar is not straightforward. I played around with it at some point a while back. But actually using grammar is not like, oh yeah, let me just put the grammar in and I'm done. It's confusing as hell. So I really should make a video on it because no one has made a video on actually using grammar that you mention it. So yeah, I might do that. I might look into what would we want to set up with grammar. None. Well, the answer to that is no. You don't need gas. Of course you don't. Right? As I'm saying, do you need C++? No. You don't. Will it help? Sure. Depending on what you're doing, it'll help. It's not, you don't need it. Any updates on that Poggers thing? How's it called? PCGEX? Oh, that? Yeah, that, for me to understand that, I will need to spend like a long time trying to understand it. And there's no like proper documentation that's like user friendly, and there's no videos on it. So yeah, I don't have time to dive into it for like days and days on end right now. I just use the blueprint version of gas that I made. You have 2 days. I don't have 2 days. Why do you think I have 2 days? I'm busy. I work and I stream. I don't have 2 days. Right, you have 3. That's not what I meant. Hey, look what I can do now. Yeah. 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 See if I ever want to have like chat but still have the screen up, I can. You can see it. There's this man real. Look at the small things, small things. Is the blueprint gas actually around or complete? No, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about I made my own ability system with blueprints. It has nothing to do with gas. I just made my own system. That's all. Yeah. Using blueprints. You cannot use gas without C++ right now. You have to have C++. You have to compile it and deal with all that crap. And no thank you. But yeah, anyway. Yesterday we figured out the problem and all that for our AI. We also added the ability for him to like do a couple of jumps and then eventually go to walking, and after some time he can then jump to us again, and you can see the jumping is working. He's like doing big jumps. Eventually he'll just jump right to us and push us around like a jerk that he is. But we need to start kind of combining things and actually get it to work. Also, I want to make it so right now it's always a certain value for things. So, for example, here in this move to actor, here, yeah, here I say if it's over 2.5 seconds. If it's over 2.5 seconds, then go ahead and transition. But I want this number to be random, like in a range, and we can put that as an input. So first thing we're gonna do is add a function that is just going to generate a random float, and we'll specify a value, minimum and maximum. It'll generate the number, and then we can use that value. An easier idea: you're trying to find a way to angle from point to point on a spline to see if it is less, equal, or greater than 180 to find convex or concave. Trying to find a way to angle from point to point on a spline to see if it is less, equal, or greater than. I'm not sure I understand. Would it be a point is less or a point can't be convex or concave. A spline can. A point has nothing. A point just is a point. But it's not even a spline. It has to be 3 points, but then it also matters which way you're looking at it from. Right? Because if you have like a curve like this, then it's either concave or convex depending on which side you're looking at it from. So I don't fully understand what you're trying to figure out, Paul. Yeah, let's do get current game time. Here we need to get a random float. This is going to be our random float. And this is just going to take a random float in range, and we're just going to give it a minimum and maximum here. Super simple here. Oh, you're fine. If you want to clarify what you mean by that, I can see if it's, something. But grammar is now on the table. I'll definitely need to probably spend Friday diving into it, trying to figure it out. But the one thing you cannot do with grammar that I was thinking about. Oh, sorry, not the one. What I want to figure out with grammar is how to break it up in like segments from point to point. I think that was the last thing I was trying to do. If I recall, if I go to my 5.5 testing world, I was doing some grammar testing at some point. Yeah, I was doing some tests with splines. So I was doing some testing with pipes. I was like, could I do it with grammar and pipes? But it ran into issues. So yeah, I was like doing some tests to figure out like what the hell to do, because I wanted to see how do you. I basically cut up the spline into separate splines, but I think there's a simpler way of doing it. And then I basically copied a bunch of the math from the demo. To get pipes. So yeah, I'll look into it. I need to figure out also what to use grammar for. Because I don't really have a use case right now. So what demo would you guys want to see using grammar? What do you put on a spline? I don't do things on splines very often. So the only thing I can think of is like a fence. That's not very exciting. We could do get random float. So now, oh, let me. I did not mean to make these inputs actually. Like this default, and this should have max, say 1 by default. So this would get me a value between 0 and 1. What? Oh. There we go. So instead we're gonna do a random value between 2 and 5 seconds. And so now what we can do is here, we can bind it to get a random float, and we bind it to random float. So now, when he starts walking, he'll either walk for like 2 to 5 seconds. And then he'll do a leap. It's hard to tell. So, you know what we can do? We can do a little... not here. I don't want to check here. And here, in our little math, I'm just going to do a little print string. What value is it getting every time? Let's see. And to make sure that it's getting different values. 4.7. 3.1. Why is it doing it multiple times? 2.86. It's doing it every time it's 2. Why is it doing after every hop? It doesn't need to do it after every hop. It's only on get float, but then when he does the dash, he does some move to player, but it's no. It fails here. It doesn't go move to player. Oh, and say completed, it goes to player. So it always goes to player, even though he does it multiple times. I don't know why it's then triggering Root. I don't know why it's triggering this, but it's fine, I guess. Okay, well. So we have that. So we fixed our stuff from yesterday, which is great. So the next thing we want to do is make an actually interesting like movement pattern. So what do we have to now work with effectively for now? We have just moving to me, moving to player, moving to a location. We can do bunny hops. We can do a dash towards the player. We do a dash away. And we can make sure that we focus, like look at the player and not look at the player. And a random teleport to get away. So right now we have a good amount. So, I think we should first set up like a little idle thing. And then, well, no, let's set up the version that like he sees the, no, we should do the idle one first. Nah, we'll do the chasing the player first. We need to see once we get into range of him, then he'll do everything. Yes. So we have this ST parent. We're gonna put that back on our skeleton. And in here, we're gonna start over and set this up. So all we're gonna need to do is add a child state, and this is going to be our player found state. And this is just going to be a group. So this is where our player found. And this is going to be with this. Oh, it's around the same color. So this is going to be basically combat, or not combat. Sure. We'll be movement, but okay, we can leave this as is. So if a player found, we do want an enter condition. Now, we do need to basically have a distance thing here. So we do want effectively the same thing we were doing before on this one, which is the get distance to player. So I'll do the get distance to player, and now we have it. Excellent. And I'm going to... I wonder if it could use... If I put it inside of here... You can't use this, I assume. So in here, if I add a child state, right? This is going to be chase player. And this is going to be a linked asset. And we'll just do we'll do our test one in here. So it has stuff. But what we can do is overwrite. Oh, you know what we can do now? So now in here, we can remove this distance to player. And then add a new variable here, just float. Distance to player. Now we need to check. Are we using the distance to player anywhere here? To actor, get random flow, game time. I don't think we were using it. Now that I look at it. Because dash towards player, yeah. No, we weren't using it. So I guess we don't need it. So we'll remove it. I'm just gonna remove all of this because we're not using any of this right now. So that'll make it easier. I'm also gonna remove the old ST2. Okay, we're still using it. Never mind. It's used in the AIC enemy controller. Oh, I still have that, huh? Get rid of that. Move to player. How is it being used in? Oh, I know why. Yeah, this is still in use, so I'm gonna just replace this with that. And now we can get rid. Because I didn't save it, isn't it? There we go. Problem solved. Problem solved. So when the player is found, which we don't have a thing for yet, he'll do this. So we'll just do an enter a condition is going to be, because we can't do distance compare because the distance compare is based off two vectors, which would be great, but while I can get the location of my character, get actual location, I cannot do actor like here's player reference. This is the player reference, but I cannot do get actual location of the player reference. I can only get the properties. I can't get the functions. So unless I want to save the actual location, we can't use this built-in, which is fine. We can replace it with what we were doing before, which is just a flow compare. And I want to make sure that it is less or equal to, let's say within 2,000 units is his range. Oh, and I need to plug in the distance to player, which is what we got here. So as long as it's within distance to player of 2,000, he will do this. Now it's not doing anything. Why is he doing anything? What? Why is I'm within 2,000 for sure. Okay, well here's the start of our fun time of things just not working. Yay! Why? Why is it already not working? If I made this a state, it should go in here and then do that. This will never finish, but it will enter it. Oh, hold on. It's because on this, wait. Wait. You. Oh, no? Okay. Window, debugger. Okay. We sort of know how to use this now. So let's find out what the hell's going on. Change the distance of player. Yeah. Could not trigger condition. Jump back to root state. It does the flow compare, and then it does player found. Okay. So just player found, and then says try to enter root. Player found, flow compare, player found. It says could not trigger completion transition. Jump back to root state. What? Could not finish. Let me just copy this onto here, and if I got rid of this, if I just did this. Okay, it didn't like the group. Okay. So if we now put this guy further away.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Am I within 2,000 units? I don't think I'm within 2,000 units. Okay, we'll need to figure that out. Like, I am pretty sure that is... Yeah, that's 3,000 units. How are we getting in here? Okay. Well, ads time. We'll figure it out after the ads. Interesting. It is, yeah, distance to player is too far. But he started walking. Why he started walking? 3306. Yeah, he's getting closer, but he's not be triggering it. He shouldn't be walking. He shouldn't be walking. Okay, what's going on? We only want to go in here if the system player is less than or equal to 2,000. I'll save this to 1,000. It's still coming right at me. He's walking to me, though. Why did he walk the entire time? Oh, now he's wait. What? What? Why is he stopped now? What in the hell? Oh, why is it never simple? I wanted him to only do anything. Okay, hold on. I'm going to just here I'm going to do. I'm going to do a wait. It might be because he's spawning before me, and so he's walking maybe towards 0, 0, 0. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna do a delay. I'm gonna say, wait, like 3 seconds. And afterward, don't go to root. On state completed, yeah, it's fine. Go to the next thing. Okay. Okay. So that's working now. If I made the duration like 0.1 second. Wait, why he... Yeah, he's... Okay. Now he'll never exit out of here. Exit out of the state. Why did he jump? Why did he do that? Why does he do? Why does he do this at the very beginning? There's no reason for him to do this. Try select in order, but it should fail. And then it should just go back to root and basically do nothing. If I added a state here, then just wait, say. Why is he doing this? Why is he going anywhere at the very beginning? Do I put the condition in here instead? Hold on. Maybe, okay, maybe it will do this no matter what. So what if that's the case, what if we don't have this here? I'll remove this from here. Maybe this is somehow now working. And instead, I'll put it in here on this. Apparently I can't paste that in. Okay. So we need a new parameter. Distance to player. Float. Compare it to distance to player. As long as this is less or equal to, let's say, 2000. Okay, and then here on this guy, sure, compile both. I can override this distance to player with my distance to player. So we can send that information through. Nope, he's still moving. The thing is, he's just walking. He's not doing the jumps or anything. Right? Which is... Oh, now he's doing the jumps. Oh, maybe it was being blocked, like, visually. Okay, well, let's set up an idle thing. That might be a better way of doing it. Let's just do, like, idle. Okay? And idle, we're just gonna have an enter condition. Compare. This as a player is greater than 2000. And all it's going to do is wait. For now. I just want it to wait. And if the distance becomes... Right? It becomes shorter, it should do the other stuff. Why is he doing that? Why is he coming towards me immediately? What? Well, the distance is greater than 2,000. Greater than 1,000. How is he coming to me? Why? Why is he coming right at me? You have the right thing plugged in? Yes? Yes, I do. It should just do idle, and she should not do anything else. He did jump, but now he's idle. He did jump and then walk. He's walking. Okay. Let's see what it says. Okay, well, let's see what the debugger says. So it is not successful in this comparison. It tries to enter, then try enter route. It tries to enter idle. Enter condition, flow compare. Wait, why is it 0? Oh, there's the problem. Why is it 0? Oh, because at the very beginning, it does... Okay, we figured out the problem. Sort of. But how's this? Delay until next tick. No. Okay, so what's happening is it doesn't have this distance to player when it starts, because this starts delayed, doesn't it? Even though initial start delay is 0, I'm pretty sure it starts with a 0.1 delay. If I... So, I could try this. Target being input. And here, I guess we will just do actor, email reference, play ref. X is not trying to read property target. So that also doesn't work. So if I did it on tick, just for shits and giggles, what would happen? It's fine on tick. Why is it fine on tick? Tick also fires at the first frame, right? Unless I did it this way, delay until next tick, and then did this. This should have the same problem then, right? Oh, wait, that fixes it. Oh, no, it's because this is still plugged in. Oh, wait, that fixes it. How does that fix it? I don't know why that fixes it. But, yay! Adding a tick of delay fixes the tick of delay has fixed the problem many times. I'll be honest. Is this because I have the debugger? Now if I hit save now, it's fine. Probably because I have the debugger open. Then I get those errors. Okay. But now... God damn it. Never mind. Never mind. Okay. But this was fine, right? No, it also throws the error. Now. I don't understand why I don't have access to the game mode reference. Okay, what if at the very beginning here, I just set the distance to player to be super high. So we'll just be an idle for the first, like, moment. Okay? And then he'll do his thing. And then it'll be fine. And then it's fine. As long as within 2,000 units, he'll do that. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna give me an error there. So what we can do to get around that is we're gonna just check if this is a valid get. And as long as it's valid, then we'll do this. Otherwise, go ahead and ignore it. And then so the first time it'll do it, it'll fail. I think basically this is running on the same frame that the character is created and is being generated. And for some reason, this is happening before the character. Because on the character, I already have the game mode set because it's coming from the parent. And somehow this is running before the parent. What I can actually, you know what I can do to get around this? Instead of all this, let's put it back to how it was here. Right, we'll have it like this, but in the parent, in the state tree here, I'm gonna turn off start logic automatically. And I'm gonna have it do all of this, and then here at the end, I'm gonna do start logic. Now, effectively, it's gonna do it on begin play, but theoretically, it should have should work. Access none trying to read their reference. What? Oh, right, because it needs to wait for the player. Yes. So, okay. Do I have a check that's checking for the player right now? No, I don't. Yeah. So, in that case, what we need to do is get the game mode reference, but the game mode reference is fixed. Get player reference. Check if it is valid. If it is valid, start logic. If it is not valid, let's do like a very short delay, just 0.2 seconds. Honestly, it's good enough. We don't need to wait like every frame. It's not that important. If it's 0.2 seconds after I spawn, I think we'll survive. And then it will try doing this until it's valid. Once it's valid, it'll start the logic. So now we're good, and now when we come closer, it'll eventually start following me. Excellent. Okay. So that is now working. So it will do idle. You can probably even get rid of idle at this point, right? Yeah, even idle, I can get rid of idle. It'll do nothing, basically. Okay, well, why isn't it going into here? Let's put idle back. I got really confused, I guess. Let's put idle back. Okay, but okay, in here in this chase player, I'm gonna add a transition. I'm gonna do on tick. And I'm just going to say a condition if the distance to player is greater than let's say 3,000. If it's greater than 3,000, I want to return to root. So now he'll follow me until I get 3,000 units away, and then he'll stop following me. That seems like 3,000 units away. That seems like 3,000 units away. Why is he still following me? Why is he also not jumping? Why are things broken? Why are things not working? Why is he just walking? It should not be possible for him to just walk. Because this one has a duration limit. If the distance is greater than 3,000, then you should return to root. You should cancel this. Because it's on tick. Say greater than 2,000. I am definitely 100% further than 2,000 units here. He's walking. He's not hopping. He's not jumping. Why is he not jumping? Why is this not happening? Why? It's false. It stopped printing it. Why is he still walking? Why is he still walking? He's still walking. Oh, I see what's going. I think I see what's going on. He's still walking because this doesn't stop his movement. It goes to root, but the root doesn't tell him to stop moving. So what I want to do is add a task. Stop active movement. And all it's going to do is get movement component. Stop active movement. So you'll stop moving. Now this will not actually also this will not finish the task. Should I return? I think I will. I will not return this. Instead, so when we do move to player, on complete on this, instead of going to root, yeah, we'll go to at a sibling state. This is just going to be stop active movement. Stop active movement. Now this won't ever complete effectively, but we can make it complete by adding a delay task in here and setting the duration to 0. First, we'll have it do stop active movement. There we go. So the delay will stop. We'll have it go back to root, basically. Why is it giving me those errors when I try to save? I don't know. Okay, so it's coming for me. Oh. No? Wait. It's not here that I want to do this. It's here. It's here. I want to go here to stop active movement. On the condition that it's, yeah. And here, let's go back to root. It's a very determined enemy sprite, yeah. So now, yeah, there we go. So now if I get away far enough, he will stop. And he'll follow me, and then if I get far away enough from, he'll stop. Excellent. And the reason it makes sense because AI state trees, SD parent, state tree, blah, blah, blah. Failed to link. Please recompile state tree for more errors. But it didn't fail to link. It does not give me any errors. There's no errors. Lying bastard of an error. Okay. But we have the we have this working. Can I put this in a group? Chase player group. Can I just have this be a group? What's the problem here? Chase player linked state tree cannot have child classes. Oh no, I didn't mean to put a child class on it. There we go. And this is just a group. Will this be fine for organization's sake? No, it really does not. Like, either groups don't work that way. I think they do. Or group. A state containing just child nodes. She does.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Okay, fine. Fine, we'll go back to the way we were. That was working. I wanted to use groups for organization, but I don't know. Maybe he just really doesn't like subtrees, and that's fine. It's fine. I do need organization though. Odd. Group does not have like anything. If I made this just a select, try select. If I just made this a state with nothing in it, I know I'm doing this during the ads, but oh, there we go. That works. That works. Okay. That's our solution. We just need to not use a group. Instead, use a state that just has nothing in it. Yes. I don't get it. But it works. So this is going to be our Chase player group. This is all our movement. Or I guess we don't want to call it movement. Let's just go our I guess, yeah, it is movement. But it is movement. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. So let's set up idle. I want to have the actor randomly rotate around. And I also want him to kind of walk around his area randomly. So wherever he spawns, I want him to basically just, walk a little bit around. I think would be nice. It could also become very hectic to do that if we did that. So let's think about this. If we think about games like Diablo games, Path of like ARPGs, right? Enemies don't move when they spawn. They will move only when they're aggroed. And if you de-aggro them, they will stay where they are, typically. Maybe we should do that as well. Because if I have them kind of move around, and let's say we spawn like 20 enemies, having them all move around, I think would be a little much. Yeah, that's why I say like Diablo, Path of Exile, those kind of ARPGs. Yeah, of course it depends. There's third-person action RPGs, right? I'm talking about like top-down Diablo, Path of Exile, those kind of ARPGs. Those don't have things move, and that kind of makes sense. I don't want them. Oh no, okay, no. Some of them do. Like, no, they do walk. Some of the mobs do walk around a little bit. So I think it depends on the mob. So if it depends on the mob, let's set up a system to do that. Right? We'll add the system to do that, and then we could say, does this mob like move around, or do they mostly stay still? And maybe they will walk around, but just not as much. So I think the system we should still make, because it'll give us more customization for the different mobs. So let's add. First, I want a new task. I was thinking like maybe more of the smaller ones, like walk around, like little you know, the little speedy ones. Because I was thinking of the rogue. I forget what they're called. In the beginning of Path of Exile 1, there's like these guys that ram you, and I believe if you're like nearby, they will just move around randomly. That's why sometimes if you stand still, they will find you. They won't move like from their like general area. They won't go across the entire map if you wait long enough. That'll never happen. They only walk around like where they are, but they do walk around. But mobs like zombies stay still. So I think it'll depend on the mob. But let's go ahead and first I want to set up a look around option effectively. I just want the ability for the actor to rotate and look around. Now again, his senses is going to be 360, but visually I want him to, move where he's looking. So these are going to be like idle tasks. So I'm just going to make a little copy here. And this is going to be just look around. And all we want to do basically here is get actor rotation. Set actor rotation. Set actor rotation. We're going to do a select rotator. I don't remember if I can add to a rotator. No. I would need to split it. Break rotator into axes. Make rotator from axes. So X and Y is going to be as is. And wait. Not axes. Make rotator I want it, yeah. Angles, not was thinking of this, but I grabbed the wrong thing. There we go. That's what I want. We want roll, pitch, and yaw. And so it's going to be just random between the two. And this is all it's going to do is just add 45 degrees. This is, adirectional. Or subtract 45 degrees. And then we do oh, right. I typed in random float when I meant random float. And I'll do just the random one. There we go. So, if we go to parent here, right now it does a delay. So what we do instead is remove this delay. It's going to be just our group that's going to be empty. We're going to add a child. And this is going to be our look around. We're going to add the look around state. And then we're going to add a sibling here that's just going to be wait. And I want to transition from the look around state to wait state on completed. And the wait goes back to root, but no, this is fine. This is fine. No, because I wanted to, if he is within range for, I want him to go into here. I guess if he fails the idle, he'll go into this because he'll be within the range. So the idle range is the one that I'm setting. So if I want the idle, basically, player aggro range to be 2,000, we can just put 2,000. Or we can now set it back the other way around. So if I copy this, remove from here, and put it on this group, theoretically this should be fine. Let's find out. Paste, and this is going to be less than. Less or equal. Then I'll do this group. Chase player group. Let's get this player. Did not get carried over. So now, if we look around, what is he doing? He's not looking around. He's not doing anything. Oh, right. Right. That's why I had it on the previous one, because I needed to fail the... I was smart before. Current me is not as smart as previous me. Put this back here. It's not doing anything. Why? Also, I don't need this as a separate thing. Get rid of this. We should do look around and then wait. Delay. Why is he not doing this? Oh, there he goes. Yeah. Look at that. So he's looking around. Every 1 second he looks around. Now, it's too fast right now, right? Him looking around is way too fast. Oh, as soon as I get within 2,000 units, he's like, oh, got one. Oh, geez. It's coming right at me. And then when I go too far, he goes back to idling. Ah. Okay, okay. We're getting there. So I think I now want to do a subtree. So this is now our chase player. Stop it! Stop with this errors. Step chase player. This is going to be our subtrees. What if I did this? Nope. That wasn't the problem. Okay. So I want to do another subtree, and this is just going to be our idle subtree. In our idle subtree, I'm not going to have all of this. This is just going to be our idle stuff, which means that this can go onto here. And now in the parent, this is to be a linked asset idle. So let's confirm that it's still all working. The subgraph, yep, he's still looking around. And when we get closer, he is indeed going further. Awesome! Okay. So now what I want... Hey, Fraxis, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. It's going well. We're doing some AI stuff. So I'm enjoying myself. I wanted to exit if the distance to player is less than 2,000. So I'm going to add a transition. Untick with the condition of the distance to player is less than 2,000. He will just exit out of here and go to root. And then he'll realize that it's not within here, and we're good. And here it's check that it's greater than 2,000, and would you happen to know how to write a render target from a Niagara system? No. I'm not great with render targets. Sorry. I'm not great with Niagara. I've used render targets, yes, but I don't know how. I don't know Niagara enough to even know where things are plugged in or how it would work with render targets. In a regular blueprint system and like material, sure, but not with Niagara. Sorry. Okay, so for this look around, or just this idle, state. The chase player state. A little bit of a sticking point right now in trying to make an edge detection, and someone recommended Niagara for it. An edge detection? Like checking the, like trying to find an edge of a mesh? Like that kind of edge detection? Or like a corner kind of edge versus like a flat surface? Or like, what do you mean by you finding an edge? Because I have ideas already how I could possibly do that with some line traces. Hey Nathan, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. You have Voronoi noise, so you like that there's there's flat surface lines going between that. You want to color it basically. I'm not quite following. So are you trying to find like where there's a corner versus where it's a flat? Like, are you trying to see if it's like on the flat area versus like on the corner of some geometry? And it's like, you know, a cube. Is that what you mean by edge? Like this is an edge, and this is not an edge. See the corner and edges and such. Oh, so this is not like geometry. You're not trying to find it on geometry? Oh, you're fine. So the reason I bring it up here, either this will be helpful or not, you'll be the judge. Basically, if I need to find geometry, okay, to see if I'm hitting a flat side, or like a flat surface or not, because right, there has to be at least a distance. Like, at what distance would it be considered flat? Right, you have to figure that out yourself. So what I would do is basically, I would use a line trace. Right? I would line trace to a single point here, like wherever, and then it would say, okay, get the normal of this, and along the normal, move this way, you know, up and down, right? And then also line trace to those 4 locations. If the if it hits on all 4 locations, right, then you probably have a flat point. I guess it could also be where you got a location like this, and you originally hit this point, then technically this would also result in right, you finding points, but you could check by the distance if it's like close enough. And then you'll know if it's flat. And if like this one returned no, it didn't hit because it's actually right, if this one was like longer, and when here this one would not hit, in which case you would know there's a corner. And on hits, you can get the normals. Like that's one of the outputs on a hit result in general. So you just use those normals and the tangents and whatever else, and then you do more line traces from that one, offsetting. It's you would need to do this a lot if you're doing this for like an entire Voronoi pattern. I don't know if this is a good way of doing it, but when you said you want to do an edge detection, I mean, that's what I would do. If you need to know, like, if you know the object is facing a certain way also, or the edge you're looking for is facing a certain way, you can filter things out by angle right away on the first hit. But, right, if you're always shooting this way, and then you have something that is like sticking out on an angle, and you hit something and the angle is now this, well, right, the normal is going to be a little different, in which case you know right away that this is on a corner because of the angle. But yeah, there's no great solution. that I can think of right now. Talk about in a material, not like an actor. I don't think there's any way to sample in a material, anything like that. Yeah, I don't think you can't. There's no way to sample a texture. You could find the color of a pixel on a texture. It's expensive, but you can do that. But there's no way to know what's on the texture. Like, let's say you have a 256 by 256 texture. You can't be like, what is on pixel 100 by 30? Like, it doesn't know if that's what you're talking about. But yeah, it sounds like you're doing something very complicated. With HLSL, there is, which I think you don't like coding, which is why I figured I'd ask just Nagger and render target. HLSL can read what's inside of a texture, like pixel by pixel, but you still wouldn't be able to tell if it's a corner. Like it won't be. It's not like an AI where you like you can scan the picture, right? You can sample an average. It'd be cool to see. I've never seen anything like this, so I'd be interested to seeing something like that set up in general. Because yeah, I've never dealt with that, but checking every pixel and its neighbor. If the color changes, you have the ID of the plate basically encode into the color. Sounds very cool and sounds very advanced. Far more advanced than anything I know how to do. It's like B channel's 5, neighbors B6, then it's an edge. My goodness. Yeah, that is so far above my pay grade. I can make a box and spawn 1,000 of them with PCG. That's all I got. That's all I can do. Your PCG question should be from you. You just want to explain the situation more about it. No, I mean, look, what you're explaining is extremely interesting. I just cannot be of any help, unfortunately. To be fair, though, on any real advanced PCG questions, I also am not very much of a help. I'm just not much help. It's the moral of the story. The question doesn't matter. I'm probably just not much help. Unfortunately. Look, it's okay. I'm dumb. I see your videos, you know PCG. Well, thank you. I lie well. No, I do know BCG. I just don't know BCG as well as some other people in the community. But the difference is I make videos and they don't. That's the only difference. Nah, I don't lie. I'm physically incapable of lying. I don't lie ever. If I lie, I explode. And I haven't exploded, so I don't lie. Hey, Leo, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. We got, he's not rotating every 2 to 5 seconds randomly. It's great. Every rotation is slightly random. Figuring out that nanite vertex painting was such a good discovery last night. Now there's really no restrictions. I'm glad, but aren't you creating a new virtual texture for every single time you paint something? And doesn't that mean that if you were to paint 1,000 things, that you'd have 1,000 textures? Which would be 1,000 textures worth of texture memory? Is that not... Technically, it's all low res. But it's not that low res, right? It's like 256 or something? But, I mean, it still accumulates, right? Is what I mean. I'm not saying it's going to be like 120. Yeah. That's not bad. And it looks great still? Okay. I mean, hey. As long as it works, that's really all that matters. But yeah, accumulation. Yeah. As long as it works, that's the main thing. I actually was doing nanite landscapes for the first time today at work. And for some damn reason, nanite landscapes refuse to bake lighting onto it. I don't know if you guys have experience with this, with nanite landscapes at all. It's my first time really playing with them. I'm in 5.4, and if I enable nanite on the landscape, all my lights that normally bake onto it when it's not nanite do not bake onto it. Yeah, of course you can bake lighting onto nanite. Yeah, all our environments are nanite at work. Absolutely. The other guy working with me goes nuts when you bring up this poop mechanic. You keep hearing really mixed reactions about nanite. I think that's mostly people don't understand nanite and what it's for. Literally, my job, I work in virtual production, cannot exist. We cannot make environments without nanite. It's just impossible. Our environments without nanites would not run. Period. But with nanites, they are performant. Under 12 milliseconds, which is good. If the nanite paint textures are virtual, they should only take VRAM when they're being rendered. Hey, John, welcome in. How's it going? Doing well. Yeah, but VRAM is even more expensive then. I feel it's even worse than texture memory. Although, to be fair, I was thinking it was going into VRAM when I think texture memory, but... I feel like that's... potentially is even worse. And now that you've put it that way, that potentially is even worse, depending how much VRAM you have. But yeah, it's definitely not the nice version of, you know, actual Vertex paint that, you know, the original system is. The non-nanite version is. But it calculates only non-included MIPS. So the MIPS maps are cut out in virtual textures? Okay. Okay, that's probably not as bad. I was thinking it's still loading the entire texture, but if it's not loading the entire texture, it's only loading what it needs to, then yeah, that's definitely not as bad. Can't control the bit format of virtual textures. Watching another YouTuber? You're cheating on me? How could you? He's getting terrible banding, but had no control over it. Virtual textures, I've had issues with. I tend to avoid them. Still. But maybe in 5.5 they're finally better. Yeah, the pop-in. So for virtual textures, my experience last time we tried using it as a project was virtual texture would do some pop-in, but we would have like a full resolution texture right next to a super low res blurry one on two objects right next to each other. And this wasn't us running out of texture memory. We have, trust me, plenty of texture memory. But for whatever reason, we'd have issues like that. And that's not something you can have on a, you know, full production where that can just happen and there's no way of like forcing it otherwise. So since then, I haven't really done much with them. The one thing that I because I work in virtual production, I've seen people that are, because it's also tied to like film VFX. So many people just want to take a VFX model and bring it in. And what I mean by that is a model with hundreds of UDIMs and just bring it in into Unreal. And they're like, well, it supports UDIMs now, right? I'm like, no, stop it. Stop it. I need a ruler, like, stop it. I'm like, no, don't. I don't want you bringing in 200, 4K textures in a UDIM setup for this. You just use one texture and tile it. It'll look better in high res. You carry a spray bottle and spray their PCs. Oh no, that's not a joke, by the way, for Axis. When I joined my last company, at the very early on, this was end of 21 or 22. I think no, it was end of 2021. This was my previous company that I worked at. They were talking about having a ship, like a spaceship, like like a sci-fi ship that had over 200 UDIMs. One ship. I saw that ship. I can genuinely make a better looking ship with one single UDIM. Regular 0 to 1. But just utilizing tiling textures and decals. That's all you need. For hard surface, specifically for hard surface, you can get 90+%, if not 99% of the way there with just UDIMs. With just tiling textures and decals. Now you might be wondering, well, what about like things like grunge and things like that nature? No. You still include, like, if you need, you have RGB masks and you have ID masks using vertex paint. If you want like a side of ship being metal and like part of it being made of wood, because it's a cool wood metal thing, you just have like different ID masks using vertex paint, which is free, not even a texture required for that. And then you can use things like noises, directionality, and all sorts of procedural things in Unreal to then create your like kind of setup. And if you wanted then more fine control of like where you put things, you then can use RGB masks to then just specify, oh yeah, let's put this here, but otherwise things like more fine details like the dirts, like decals, things of that, logos, things of that, throw a decal on there. Then if you get a note that you want to move something, it's so nice, it's so good. Hey Ginger, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. I'm glad to be helpful. Do you guys use 8K texture for everything? No, we don't. No. El, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Reminds me of the model City Skylines 2, where some of the models had like hundreds of thousands of vertices. For playground pieces, you have to zoom in all the way. Yeah, there's no point of that. One of the things I tell people, because I get this question a lot, because we work with Nanite, is like, okay, what is like the try count? When you're working with Nanite, like assuming your entire environment is Nanite, right? My thing that I always tell people is make it as high resolution as you can if it changes the contour or silhouette of your mesh. If it does nothing for the silhouette or the contours of your mesh, do not put geo there. Know what I mean by that? If you have like a really like wobbly, like rocky edge, this is great. Like, yeah, put geo here, put the tries here, because you need it to get the nice silhouette. We can use nanite to get this nice edge. But if all of this in here, right, is just flat, because it's just like a cutting board, and this is just the outer nice shell of a cutting board, I don't want to see a grid here. That is, I don't want that. All of this geo could be as simplified as possible, right? You can have maybe like a point here, and like you can even do this. Probably not literally this, but the point is, I don't want to see, you know, like if these are all like tiny triangles, I don't want to see those tiny triangles in here if this is all flat. That's kind of my rule of thumb with nanite. Don't still make good models. It's just you have a higher poly count. But yeah, going back to real quick, the 8K thing. Yeah, we don't use 8K for everything, but we absolutely use 8K for a ton of stuff. The thing I always tell people also, in terms of bringing in textures into Unreal out of Substance, if you're doing something in Substance and bringing it in, bring in 8K 100% of the time. If you're baking something out of Substance to put into Unreal, bake it at 8K 100% of the time. Even if you need a 512, bake it at 8K. And I'll put 8K. Why? In Unreal, we can just downsample it. You just LOD it down in Unreal. You cannot LOD it up, right? You can't make a 512 texture into an 8K, but you can make an 8K texture into 512. So, yeah. English, please, Shanger. Thanks. So that's why I tell people, yeah, just you can go bring in the higher and then LOD it down to whatever resolution you actually need to use. And it's very simple to do. By the way, if you aren't aware, I'll show you real quick. Here's a texture, right? It says 4K here. Right? It says 4K. Here, I'll zoom in on this. It says 4K, and here's the size of it. Here's how much, you know, memory it takes up. About 10, 11 megabytes. Here's LOD bias. A bias to the index of the top MIP level to use. The number of MIP levels to drop when cooking. If I drop this to 1, it is now a 2K texture, and there's the resource size. If I set this to 2, it is now a 1K texture, and there's the resource size. You can see it's updating. So I can bring in an 8K, and I can just make it a 4K. I can make it a 2K. I can make it a 1K. But if at any point I want to go back up, I can. Now, obviously, it's taking up more like hard drive space, things of that nature. So, right, it's not a 100% everyone absolutely should do this. But you can see the benefit of doing this. And that's what I like, recommend people do. Playing an old PS2 game for nostalgia and watching it with the dev eyes just makes it feel like a different game. Yeah, you start seeing all the repeating tiles. Yeah, exactly. These two use cylindrical, hexagonal, extruded up. Oh yeah, there's all sorts of tricks. Some of the graphics hold up from afar. Yeah. If you have Substance Designer, you can regenerate the texture in a higher resolution inside Unreal. Yeah, but then you have a workflow specifically with built-in. Yeah, with built-in with Unreal, that's a different story, right? But I'm talking about like you just bring in a texture. Yeah, obviously if you have like a plugin where you can have all this control, cool, you're good. I'm talking more so you just bring a texture in. Right now we're just looking around. I want to also randomly move to a different location. You were in the past and just came back. Welcome back to the present. Does Unreal still retain the high resolution texture with LOD bias during packaging? No. No. It even specifies that is the number of minmaps to drop when cooking. So it doesn't cook the higher resolution. So as far as I know, it does not package the higher resolution. It becomes the new highest version. And it's the same thing in editor, right? You see it. I mean, it's 5. It's now at 128. That is the highest you'll ever see it, and it does the same thing. It still shows imported 4K, but displayed at 20. Move around point. This should actually be in locomotion. Move to location. No, I always want to move around point. We're going to set up a way of just moving in a radius, basically, around where they are. So if you want to give your players a higher texture options, you'd manually have to do that. Oh, no, you get, like... So... If you want the highest quality of your texture to be a 4K, you package 4K. And then in your settings, you would just say, hey, make the LOD 2, make the LOD 3, you know, whatever it is, down. You then down res it in the engine. But if you packaged it at 512 and you want to give them an 8K texture resolution, it doesn't exist. So you plan for the highest and then you go down. But for your an editor, you might be like, oh, well, you know what? I actually need it higher later on. Let's say you built something for the background, but then you're like, you know what? It would be really cool in this foreground area, but doesn't hold up in texture resolution. We just crank that back up with the LOD bias, and you're good. So it's just control. I want to do move to location. Is it worth using foliage volumes over PCG? I mean, for some people, maybe. I personally, at this point in time, wouldn't. I would use PCG pretty much always. PCG allows you to set it to basically make it a foliage volume, a foliage instead of an instant mesh. If you wanted to, you could just make it foliage effectively, like the type. And the other thing is you cannot control foliage actors the same way you can PCG. If you want to put like trees with like little grass around them, like in a perfect circle, and then like triangles of like things, and then just have those like in spotches, right? You're not getting that with foliage volumes. You'll get foliage, but you're not getting all the control of PCG. But there, of course, there's going to be use cases for it. Radius. What should the radius be by default? 500. So we just get this random point in the radius, and that's the goal location. Also, random, hold on, donut. Where's my donut one? So I think I just, for this, I think I'm using random location. I shouldn't be using this one. I should be getting, random, random reachable point in radius. That's the one I should be using. Yeah, this is the one I should be using. Because if it's not reachable, I don't really want to care for it. Because otherwise, right, you could get a point like within the radius, but it's like up in the air or on the second floor or whatever. Yeah, it should be this one. There we go. Yeah, a quick little fix. So this one is just going to get a random point on request failed. It's just going to finish task, not successful, and unsuccessfully moved is going to finish task successful. Nice and simple. I think after this, you'll be keeping your eyes peeled for AI tutorials. There's already people doing AI tutorials that are far better than me. If there's something that if there's something I am doing that no one else is doing, that you're like, you know what, I don't understand how you did this, let me know, and I'll do it. But there are already so many tutorials. Ollie's great. He's not doing state trees, but there's another person that's doing state trees. That I've been watching. The game dev cave. This guy. He's been doing the state tree videos. Here, I'll link it to you guys in case you want state tree videos. So yeah, like he doesn't have like not everything. I'm already doing my own stuff. Yeah, state tree AI stuff. He has these. He has some other stuff too, but that's the main thing that I came here for. That you meant large language model implementation. I don't even know what that is. Oh, you mean like ChatGPT AI? No, I meant we're working on, on AI. This AI. Yeah, we're doing Move to and things with like Unreal AI. No, you're good. You're good. So what we're going to do is we're going to look around and then we're going to do a sibling state. And the transition is when it's done, it is going to go next state. The original AI, not this fancy ChatGPT that you kids are using SMH. By the way, meant to ask, how's the chat? Good? Better? And it's better. I think it's better than it was yesterday, because it now like shows the name even if the same person typed 2 messages in a row. It like breaks it up. Yeah, if you type messages on Twitch, yeah, it'll also show up. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, and it shows. That's why it shows you where it is. If you hate it, absolutely, I can just go bye bye. Hello, Leo, on Twitch. Yeah, see, on Twitch, I think it uses your actual color. On YouTube, I think it assigns you a random color, or based on something, because you see, like, right, the colors are different, like Awa and Leo, but it's on YouTube where it doesn't have colors. Hey, Fubar, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. You hate green? Well, I mean, you could type on in Twitch, and then you won't be green. I don't have control over that. Move around point. Oh, wait. I never finished. That's the goal location. Wait, what? Oh, this is move to location. The origin is not the actor location. This is wrong. That was my problem. That's not. I want it based off the origin, like of. And we can leave that as like that. So now we can pipe in the origin. Can I put the origin above radius? And the origin, we're gonna add a new new parameter. Original position. We don't want original position, but we want idle center. Coffee rafter. Yeah. And see, on Twitch has emotes. Twitch, you can see the emotes. You can't do that on YouTube. It's stupid. Yeah, I was using behavior trees for my AI before. Yeah. Yeah. So if I go to my actual game right now. Hello, Frankto. Welcome in. Element box. Yeah, I think it works even with like I want to say it works with BTTV and 7TV emotes as well, because I have those for the channel too. Okay, good start. Good start. Oh yes, classic. I know, right? calculated crash working as intended. Oh, you know what it is? I might have disconnected the AI stuff on the parent controller while I'm doing the tests on this. I don't remember. That might have been what I did. And that might be why I did. If I search AI... Yeah, I reset the AI controller on the parent, and I think when the AI starts loading in, it's like, I'm sorry, you want me to do what? Well, it should do nothing, theoretically, if I reset the AI controller. I would have guessed. But yes, I was using, okay, yeah, it's not happening. Oh, you know what? The error is a lot of the Dungeon Architect stuff, which is really scary because I updated Dungeon Architect today. So hopefully it's not Dungeon Architect that's doing it. I hate updating plugins because it breaks things. But you know what? I can show you a different way. If I go to here, I'll go with you. Yeah, so this guy uses behavior trees. Yeah, so this is the problem is Dungeon Architect, not the AI.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Well, I don't know. The AI is also a little broken right now, it seems. I don't know what he's doing. Procedural. I meant to do that in mines. Yeah, seriously. I was also I added. I mean, I guess I'll say this after the ads, because a few of you have moved over to the Twitch side, so I'll hold off. We're gonna need a way of storing this location. So we'll need a new task that just stores and sets the location. Hopefully it can be done. I'm not sure if it can, but hopefully. Okay, ads are finally done. I've added over the past couple of days, right? I've been adding some more redeems to Twitch, right? I added like a bunch of camera effects. There's sound effects you can redeem. There's CTS. I've been still trying to figure out like a big redeem, like one you want to save up for. And oh yeah, there we go. So yeah, BTT emotes still work. Also work, I mean. And one thing I've been thinking about as a possible like big one, not a Dead Space redeem, but I was thinking of like you know, like decide like a YouTube video, like, or next tutorial, like kind of thing. Like you could choose what the next like thing is going to be. obviously it needs to be something that's doable within a single video, not something that's doable within, you know, an entire series. But I don't know. I was thinking like about stuff like that. Like as a big like save up thing. But at the same time, I already take your guys' suggestions for that, so I don't know if that's even worth saving up for. So no full MMO system with networking, please. I don't even know how to do multiplayer of any kind, let alone networking. Yeah. See, that's not doable in a single video, Leo. I wish. Eternal Maxwell, yeah. Yeah, just hold my beer, right? But yeah, that's the problem with that. I want to do save actor location. I just get actor location. All it needs to do is get actor location. So on this one, get actor location. Excuse me. Get actor location. Odd. Permanent variable. This is going to be actor location. And this is just going to be up. So the question I now need to find out is, can I store this if I use it? So if I have a variable parameter here called actor location of a type vector, can I set this? So I want to move to location, or move around origin, I guess. And all this is going to do is move around point, but we need a location. So when it enters this, so at the very beginning of the route here, I want this to be a task that is going to get the actual location. Oh, but I can't. Oh no, I can't set it here. I know he said they're not meant to be changed at runtime, but this also can't be. I remember that, but I need a place to store it, and I want to try. But he's also in 5.4, and I'm in 5.5, so no, it involves testing. How do I set it though? Can do local. There's no global or local variable. Oh, you know what? You're right. I could. There is. You're right. I can put the parameter here on the root here. Yeah, right. And then I can do vector, and then we can do get actor location. Why say none? I want to do this actor location from get actor location. Why is it saying none here? Odd. We're gonna see if it works. We're gonna see if it works, but what? Because now I want to move around. The get actor location. Get actor location none. I don't like the fact that it's in parentheses none. Why is it in parentheses none? So it needs to do look around and then it transitions to the next state after it's done. And then it does move around origin. Okay, let's just not get that close. Oh, okay, he's moving I'm within range. I think he's going to 0, 0, 0. I don't think it worked. Zero, zero, zero. Yeah, it didn't do it. Why didn't it do it? Did I forget to plug something in? Did I forget to do something? Okay, so it got the location, but it didn't write the location. Oh, because... Because this... This out... Why? Are you setting the origin vector? Yes. But I also want to be able to save a new origin vector. Like, let's say the character is here, and then he moves here. I want to now save this location whenever I want it. I don't want to keep the old location. I want to be able to update that location. So... Yeah, the fact that this... Okay, this is not the right one. So, why could I not get the task from there? Global tasks happen when? At the beginning? Maybe I need to do it here as a global task. We're getting that location. Maybe that's the trick to it. Yeah, that actor location was wrong. Yeah, I see that now. No. I don't want to have an array. Aha! There we go. There we go. Bam, did it. So now he's moving around. And theoretically, if I get him aggroed on me, and then I lose, oh my god, stop, and then I lose aggro on him because he's far away, he should now walk around this point. So he has a new origin. He ended there, he lost interest, and now he's just walking around like where we left him. You have a feeling you're making a lot more progress with stage trees than behavior trees? Yeah, it's definitely more intuitive in some degree for me. I'm better with nodes like this, I think, than with trees. Even after following like Ollie's like full course, I think I understand this still better than I did this behavior trees. Okay, so this is working. Great. It's all updating. So now what I want to do now is I want to move to a point. So first I want to move to a point, and then I want to look around, and then I want to move to another point and then look around. So we're going to change the order of this. We're going to have this transition to the next state. And I'm going to add another state here. Let's just wait. And let's say this is going to... I want to have a random delay here. So I'm going to have get a random float, and we're going to delay it between 0.5 and let's do like 1 to 2 seconds. And then the duration on this will be get random float. And then it's going to look around. And then it's going to go... this needs to go to next. On state completed. Next state. And this goes back to default. If you follow Ali's tutorial as well to the end, you'd say behavior trees are still complicated. Behavior trees... The problem with behavior trees is... if you want to do something in multiple locations, like let's say you want to do a melee attack under like 5 different conditions, you have to copy that behavior melee attack into 5 locations, right? And it becomes a mess. So, and the fact that it's all horizontal, like you have to make it like it's a tree, and it gets just wider and wider and wider, is hard to also like visualize. This is easier like visually, and better visually. Because if those behavior trees were like just formatted like this, it would just be visually also easier. Instead of having like the giant tree. So let's see. So he should go to a random location. Wait, and then turn. He turned. And he goes to random locations, waits, then turns. And then goes to another location. And then turns after a little delay. There we go. So let's have this be a little bit longer of delays. Let's say between 2 and 5 seconds after moving, he'll do the next thing. And then again, 2 to 5 seconds. Now, I want to potentially do it multiple times. So what I can do is I can duplicate this. And let's say I wanted to do it maybe twice. I can tell it on completed. Go next, but I'll give it a condition of a random chance. And let's say there's a 50% chance of going to the next one. And if it fails, it theoretically should go to the root. Oh, sorry, if it fails this condition, it theoretically should go to the root? Let's find out. Go to another location. He's going to be there. Now rotate. He's going to go to another location. He rotated. He's going to another location. Rotated. I think he's only rotating once, but one rotation? 2 rotations! Goes to another location. Rotation once. New location. Rotation once. Rotation twice. Goes to new location. Yes! So now we can have him move around. Now, I would love to be able to set up like a loop, basically. I can create this look around. I can make it do a loop, like a random amount, like look random amount of times, or loop. I can like have him look around a certain amount of times within this function by itself. So you know what? Let's set that up instead. Instead of doing this in this look around function, I'm gonna make it that I can do this multiple times just right here. Who are you? When have you done with Proctron? Proctron used to mauled a lot when AI didn't work correctly. What do you mean? Just go to like a few days ago. You know, AI wasn't working then. You know, AI doesn't work a lot. It's just, you know, things are, you know, I figure things out over time. I get better. I improve. No, I would not be able to do this. Oh yeah, I could. I could do this, but then I would need to actually finish it. Right? I would basically need to then combine it with... It's not as good as I would like it. Putting the putting a loop there will work, but it was not as much control as I'd like. So you know what? Let's just do this. There. You'll look around a maximum of 3 times. Nice and simple. Don't you sag me, you guts. Everyone's improving, not just me. Everyone's improving all the time. You're improving. Leo's improving. Al's improving. Everyone's improving. You might not realize it, but everyone's improving. Yay, so he now looks around. I think 50% chance is a little too low. Well, he's doing, there's a one rotation. Let's see how many times he rotates. One for sure. Yeah, I feel like he should do, let's change the chance on the first one. Completing, instead of 0.5, I'll give you like an 80% chance. And then we'll do 50% chance for the second one. And the third one doesn't need one. There you go. You're such a noob, you're still ambushes, jeez. I mean, look, I'm a noob too. You watched a video of your earliest recording when you started last year? Yeah. And the fact that you can tell that you're such a noob proves that you've improved. Right? Because otherwise you'd think, oh yeah, this is great. And the fact that you don't think it's great means you've gone better. Even if you don't post anything like online, if you just record like what you're doing, like as a little like, here's what I did today, or here's like what I'm doing today kind of thing, like, and once in a while, like a monthly update for yourself, you will go back and watch a previous previous thing and be like, oh yeah, you're kicking yourself for not starting Unreal sooner. Oh, it's fine, you got still so much time. You've still got so much time. I'm gonna potentially crash things, but I kind of want to open yeah, it's Dungeon Architect that's causing the crashes. I'm significantly older than you, Leo. You're in your 20s. Please. Oh, please. You know more Unreal at your age than I did at your age. So you're fine. Let me just quickly take a look. Is anyone complaining about crashing? Oh, yep. People are complaining about crashing. Hold on. There might be an update to it. Sure, save. No update. No update. But they're offering to send like before send the build before fab update, which I appreciate. Wait, what? No, that's not what I meant to. I pressed the wrong thing. I meant to open the. Anyway, I guess I won't launch it yet. Thankfully, this didn't happen like at the end of the month. Also, I think when you go to school, you have to self-teach yourself the entire subject, and you got a grade 2, which is like second highest. I mean, that's great. So, are your grades like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Like just numbers? Is that how it is where you are? So you could be literally number 1. You're so gunning to college and convince yourself you needed it when you didn't. 1 through 7. A, B, C, D, F. Yeah, we have 5. I guess you have 7? Huh. Cool. So we now have this. Will chase us, and during the chase, we need to change the whole leaping multiple. That leap is way too much. Let's fix that. let's change the dashing. First of all, way too far. Second of all, way too often. I have a 20% chance, basically. Let's do like a 10% chance to repeat. So we don't have E. It goes A, B, C, D, F.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
We don't really have ungraded either. We just, if you didn't turn something in, you get a 0, which is an F. Yeah. We just get big fat F. We're fabulous. Oh man. I remember I was in middle school. And I think middle school is when they started putting like not just the grade you got, but like how active you were, or like how much you participated, or whatever it is. In class, like a letter grade for that. And then my first report card, I got a B and an S for satisfactory. Because it was like, are you paying attention to classes? Like it was like S or E for excellent. And then there's another one that I've never seen. So I don't remember the last one is. Yeah, what was 0 to 10 in school and 0 to 100 in college? Oh wow. And yeah, it was BS. And I remember when I got it, I didn't know what this S was. It was the first time I saw it. And so I remember I went up to my teacher at the time, and I asked her, what is BS? I was like in 6th grade, by the way. This is like a 6th grade child walks up to you and asks you, what is BS? You don't have the context of he's asking about the grade at this point. She was so flustered. And then she started explaining to me what bullshit was. I'm like, no. And then I show her the report. B, it says B and then S. She's like, oh, and it kind of took like a big like sigh of relief, basically. But like as a 6th grader, I never saw this S. I think the elementary school I went to didn't have like this like participation grade or whatever it's called. I don't remember. It only had the grade, so I don't know what this S was. And turned out I was on BS. You pay attention, good guts. You pay attention. No wrong chats. What is that, zoom in? What? What's wrong? You don't like my zoom in? I think it's a good zoom in. Why is he hopping so much? Why is he hopping so much? He has a 10% chance to not transition. Do I have it wrong? If random is less than 0.9, if I made this 1, he should always transition, right? After 1 hop? No. Wait, what? Why did he do 3 hops there? Do I have a condition here? On enter? No. What? Like, I understand if it was 0, then he would always... Yeah, this makes sense at 0. And he just always... But... Why is it at 1? He should just always transition. He doesn't have a... He doesn't have... On state completed, move to player. 100% of the time. If I delete this, no condition, he'll just do... Okay. How's he do... What? Okay. What black magic sorcery is going on? What black magic sorcery is going on? Debugger, tell me what's going on. See if we can figure it out. So, remember when I said everything is working, is making progress to take it back. See what I mean? It's fine. So we have dash towards player. And then on tick, go to state stop active movement. Oh, okay. Which... Wait, then it went to move to player. Could not trigger completion transition. Going back... I wish it would tell me what transition it failed. I need to... Oh, you know what I can do? Better yet, I have a better solution to this. Potentially. I can do... is there a random one? Yeah, select children at random weighted by utility. Delete this. This goes back to root. Yeah, this is fine. And now I could say 0.5 on the weight for this. 1 for this. So it should 2/3 of the time it should be moving to player. I'm glad to see he's not doing anything anymore. I'm glad to see that nothing is working anymore. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I wanted. Why? Why is it doing nothing now? Okay, what if we ignore the utility? Just do random. Okay. So that's working. At random works. Why can't? Why does the random? Is it broken? Is it just? So you can just randomly, like, walk for a while, and hop like a few times, maybe multiple times. I mean, it's. Try select children with random utility. When state is considered for selection, randomly pick one of its child states. The probability of selecting each state is its normalized utility score. If I said 1, and I said 2 here, can I do multiple higher than 1? Maybe the problem was it doesn't like the 0.5. No, it just doesn't work. You know what? Because beta. It's just no. Screw you. If I can get 2 5-stars back to back with 0.06 chance, for sure this guy can jump multiple times. Unless you force it with a function to add a % through there. Oh, you know what? Yeah, you know what I can do then? Yeah, hold on. You bring up an interesting thought. Do it in order, but this dash to player will have an enter condition of a random chance. So it'll just have a random chance of, let's say, 30% chance to do a dash now. You failed the dash. Check. I did 2 in a row. 30% is still decent, percentage. It's failing on 30% quite a lot. Here's 1. Yeah, okay. That works. I guess the job was done. Instead of transitioning, we just have a % chance. The result is the same. It's just a different way of doing it. So, Yay. Yeah, and most of the time he does 1 even with just a 30%. Okay. I think we go with that. So what I want to do though is probably expose this threshold and expose the threshold of walking down the line. Actually, I'll expose it now. So I'm going to do a chance to dash, a float with a 0.3 chance, and another one that is going to be a chance to walk with a 1.0 chance. Enter condition, random, chance to walk, and then this is chance to dash. And the reason we're putting it here as 2 parameters is so now in the parent, in this one, I can overwrite them. So when we have a version instead of just st parent, it'll be like, you know, it'll be the actual one for like skeleton. I just go into the parameters and overwrite them. And then here I can just set up the set them up here as well. So you know what? Let's do that. So I'm gonna just have it here. Chance to dash. Chance to walk. Okay, 0.3 and 1. And then we can set these with these parameters. And now, not only do I have it there, but in the original character, I can now overwrite these. So we were just taking the variables and just pushing them through the trees from all the way from the very top. So yeah, so now he's walking around and kind of looking around as idling. We'll have all these controls exposed so we can just set the variables how we want them. And when we get to them, he now runs to me, or walks to me. When I get too far, yeah, this is good. We'll need more stuff probably exposed. The only thing I would like to see on this is there any... There's no way of... This is the same problem I have with BCG variables. Same kind of problem. There is no grouping here. The parameters are just parameters. So if I wanted to have like a group for like idle controls, and then I want to have a group for, you know, some other controls, etc., I can't do that. Which is unfortunate. Why does this have distance to player? I don't think we're using this. We are? Oh, we are. Wait, then what? Why wasn't the set? Wait, it's set here. Wait, it is set. What? Oh, it's not. Okay, I'm gonna set it. I'm gonna pretend everything's fine. If I go back here, everything's fine. Yay, everything's fine. Okay. I think this is a big success. Big success, much wow. Yes? I say yes. Hold on, I got just the thing. Just the thing. How do I not have applause? Next best thing. I don't have applause. Oh, you know what I do have? Hold on, I can do this.
You're wrong, I hate you, and you're a big smelly doo-doo head.
There's also that. Oh, there you go. How do I access the debugger? Apparently, Amazon Echo just thought I was asking about what butter was from that. Whatever I said. Once was enough, but twice not gonna get you? Okay. I'm sorry. I'm glad twice not gonna get you. Or is it? I mean, I'm glad twice not gonna get you. Full screen version. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope I hope you enjoy yourselves. Tomorrow's Thursday, so I'm thinking we. Oh, you know what we still haven't done? Oh, the debugger, right? Yeah. Fine, I'll show you how to get the debugger. It's very complicated. You go to Window, Debugger, and then you get the debugger. Okay? Okay? Window debugger. Very complicated. I know. Thank you. Back to. But key thing with that, because it took me a while to figure out, is if you have nested things, make sure you're debugging the parent of them all. If you have like a state tree and a state tree, you cannot debug the child. You have to debug the parent. Even if you only care about the child, it doesn't matter. You have to debug the parent. It took me so many, I don't know, hours, maybe even, to figure that out. Tried to go through videos, couldn't figure out why it wasn't working. That was why. Anyway, tomorrow we're going to set up what happens when we get into actual melee range. Like once we actually, the enemy catches up to this, right, he needs to do something. So we need to do all that. And we're going to make it a little more modular, start setting that up. And eventually we need to go to the combat stuff. So many bugs to debug. Yes. Thankfully not lice. Thankfully. But, you know, I'm having fun with this, which is good. I think having fun is important. And I'm having fun. Even when I'm annoyed at it, I'm having fun with it. Which is good. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day. I'll be back tomorrow at 6:30 as always for some more bug squashing and bug making. We'll make some bugs too. Have a good night, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.